It's Saturday, January 17th at about 10 o'clock in the morning, and the snow keeps coming, so I gotta keep blowing. Yes, I'm going out to snow blow again. I decided to start cleaning snow around my ground bird feeding area. This is the area under those shrubs behind the tractor right now. Whenever it snows, I pull the snow out from under those shrubs so the ground feeding birds have a place to gather and eat their seeds that I throw under the shrubs. You don't want to throw seeds into deep snow because the birds can't get them, so I have to keep cleaning the snow out of there, and this creates piles as high as 2 feet deep after a while when we get regular snow. So here I'm just rounding the edges of the shrubs, and you can see the piles that have built up. I have this long-handled broom type thing that I've actually added a piece of wood to recently to help scrape the snow out from under those shrubs. And it's amazing how much snow you can get out from those. Just taking out a pile along the west side of the shrubs here and blowing it back under the pergola area to get it out of the way. Now I'm focusing my attention on the driveway just in front of the house. This area often gets a lot of snow dumped in it, so we have to keep taking it out. And the ATV and plow work well for a while, but eventually the sides get too high and they start building inwards and the ATV can't push it out any further, so that's when the snowblower comes in very handy. I now turn my attention to our driveway, and we have a long driveway. It's about 400 meters long, and this lower section in particular gathers a lot of snow. There's a slope along here too that's gradually going upwards for about 100 meters, and it collects a lot of snow that gets to be quite deep at times. We didn't purchase our ATV or our tractor for at least 6 years after we moved here. So prior to that time, I was doing all the driveway clearing by hand, using a large sleigh shovel, about 3 feet wide, and that works well as long as the snow didn't get too deep. If it got a bit deeper, what I would do is make simply 2 tracks up the driveway that the car tires could fit into. But I do remember several times when we'd get huge snowfalls of a foot or more, and I'd be out there working for hours with that shovel. One day in particular, I remember I spent over 6 hours cleaning the driveway out, just piling it up on the side using the sleigh shovel to make little piles every 15 or 20 feet. It was a long day. So for fairly light snowfalls, the ATV works great and it's fast at clearing the snow off to the side. But when the snow gets deeper, that's when you get into trouble because the sides start building in and you can't move them out anymore with the ATV plow. There's just nowhere to put it. Once the sides get 1.5 to 2 feet high, you can't put it over the sides, so it starts building in and you lose area. When Diane had located this used snowblower at a local farm machinery business, I was skeptical as to whether we really needed it. Yes, we had run into a few occasions where the snow got deep and was troublesome to move, but I didn't think we probably really needed to get something like this. But now that I look back on it, it was probably one of the best decisions we've ever made, because we've had a number of years where the snow has gotten heavy. And it's really nice to be able to use this to keep our walking track through the sand pit clear as well. Working my way back down the driveway now. Typically 2 passes is all it takes to clear the driveway with this 6-foot snowblower. The ATV's plow, set on an angle, takes off about 4 feet at a time, so it would take 3 passes to clear out the driveway well. And if you're trying to push it further out, then it might take even a 4th pass. But still very quick, as the ATV can move faster than the tractor. Here I'm using the front end loader of the tractor to move a pile of snow that had become quite icy and stiff from moving it with the ATV, and it was blocking the entrance to a trail that I wanted to blow out, so I just used the shovel to move that big block of solid snow, get it out of my way so I could use the snow blower down this trail. And here I am now working my way down this trail, which heads west from the house and heads over to the neighboring property. This is also part of the trail that goes around our farm fields, and so it's nice to get this section at least blown out to make the walking easier. And I'm just continuing to head to the west here on this trail. And I can go out behind these spruce trees for another several hundred meters until I sort of have to stop because the trail gets too narrow in between the trees.